Welcome to Red V TV's Instant Fan Reaction, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2021 season, as we reflect on St Helens' 24-6 victory over the Wigan Warriors. On this delightful summer's evening, I'm joined in the ice cream van by none other than Kev Pender.
Hello. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this all the way through. Not a chance. My knees are knackered without this.
You have to come round here. As you can see, it's absolutely lashing it down. Who's come out without pants on?
Well.
Have you warmed up watching that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? The weather's... do you want me to hold on to this?
Yeah.
So you can control that. The weather might have levelled it off, but we're too strong, too good. Disciplined to some extent, as in managing the game. There wasn't a point where I thought they were going to get back into it. I thought they could have made it a little bit more... closer. Last 15 minutes, I thought, when they started trying all the Harlem Globetrotter stuff, but it was a little bit just through the motions.
I can't do this, let's be not handed. That's better. Was it a case of, we've got a cup final in 13 days, it was get the job done and get away from there with our heads intact?
I think so, but Wigan kind of started throwing a little bit of grub in there. I don't think you can get away from that. And we did get involved in it, but you kind of want to see that. You want to see the lads backing each other up. You just worry how the disciplinary panel will see some of them. Hopefully there's nothing in it, but it was a case of just go through it, go at it with 100%, as we did. And as you said, we're just managing the next 2 weeks, this week and next week, just to get through the games, to make sure we've got enough fit bodies for Wembley.
Good to see Mark Percival back in the lineup tonight. Man of the match performance. He looked really, really sharp, didn't he?
Surprising after so long out, but yeah, you're right. He was great. Took his try well. I know they kept on looking at it on the big screen, but he just showed his pace. He had another breakthrough as well in the second half, I think, and kind of his pass went astray. But yeah, he looked good. He looked like he wasn't kind of worried about anything, no psychological effects. It was a case of, let's go out there and just do it.
Obviously in that first half we had probably numerous penalties on the Wigan line. We chose to kick 3 of them. Again, is it game management in the conditions? Take the time off the clock, essentially get the points on the board.
Yes, definitely. I think if you... Do you want me to hold that? I think if you're playing in dry conditions, we're going to pretty much run them. Or we might kick the first one, and then we'll run the second one. I think when you're playing in wet conditions, you put scoreboard pressure on. You keep ticking it over. It's not great to watch for the fans, because you want to see the swashbuckling rugby, but you're not going to get it in conditions like this. So you just do keep ticking it over, and it's... Listen, I'd rather us go for run the ball, but I think it was the right decision.
I think if you weren't here tonight, you haven't quite grasped the biblical proportions of rain that have come down. Absolutely horrendous conditions to play in. Obviously 18-0 up at half time. I thought the second half was really, really bitty. If you're in neutral, you're turning over. It was penalty after penalty, mistake after mistake. I'm not entirely sure how long that second half took. It seemed to be about an hour's long. I think everybody was just watching the sky open for a break in the clouds. Wigan lost the plot a little bit, didn't they? Lucky to get on the board with that try, which looked a little bit forward on the shovel pass. But with the game lost, did they come just to try and spoil and try and, knock a few away from our cup final?
Possibly. I mean, immediately you go to the Isa incident where he's hit Mark Percival when Mark Percival's just not moving. He's not causing an obstruction. Willie Isa can take half a step the other way and he's not going to go through him. That's one that you question. listen, we've all got this. I've said we're going to brought a bit of grub there. They have, and it's they play on the edge, and sometimes it comes off and sometimes it doesn't. They're in a bit of a bad place at the minute, which is wonderful to see as a St Helens fan. I'm not going to lie about that. They're in a bit of a bad place at the minute. They can play some decent stuff though, and they don't need to go too far down that dark arts route. So I'm glad that we seemingly got through it kind of scot-free. Obviously disciplinary committee pending, but it's just a shame to see, because as you say, you're a neutral watching that, and you get bored of it. You get bored of how bitter it is. The weather doesn't help, of course it doesn't. But two teams obviously can then play wet weather rugby and can play percentages and put it forward, and a good kicking game. And I don't know, I think Wigan almost then started trying too hard, trying to do the kind of Harlem Globetrotter stuff. But I think we were always in control of it. And I don't think there can be much argument there.
Yeah, for me, it was as comfortable as England's quarter-final win last night. At no point in that game was there any sort of jeopardy that you felt like the result could be in the slightest bit of doubt. And I really do think from half-time onwards it was a case of let's just get out of here. With no injuries in them slippy conditions and no high shots. I don't think... Have we got anybody on the disciplinary from that game? I know we obviously... We all ran in a little bit, obviously, but I think that was just obviously trying to defend teammates, because there was a lot of late shots. I think if James Child actually deals with Isa in the first half and bins him, I think what comes after that might not have happened. I think obviously Pierce Paul got put in the bin, and for me he got put in the bin because he didn't send Isa off 10 minutes before. So yeah, but all in all, in terms of performance, I thought we were much better, especially in the first half. I thought the line speed was much better, the way we're moving the ball, we're attacking the line with purpose and punching some holes. And I think the only thing that saved Wigan tonight from an absolute pasting was the weather conditions and the cup final coming up in 13 days' time.
Yeah, you're probably right, as you say, with the Pierce Paul one. I thought he was very unlucky. I didn't see much in it. Didn't see that it was too late. As you say, it's probably deal with that first one. It might get a penalty given against it, but it's not a yellow. Then he doesn't have to send Isa to the bin in the second half. It's just dealt with. Other than that, I thought James Child had a good game. I don't think it was too bad. I genuinely don't. But you're right, we controlled the game. We were just looking to make our opportunities. We still had a couple, but put the ball down like within Wigan's line. A couple that, well, the one that kind of went out when Regan Grace tried scooping it back towards Johnny Lomax. Couple of good efforts. Someone who I do want to kind of point out as well today, who I think has had a really good game, is Joe Batchelor. He stepped in there into the second row. I don't know if he's come off. I think he's done 80 minutes. And I tell you what, he's done himself proud there. And when people are putting their hands up for cup final jerseys, this is the perfect opportunity. Wigan and then Wakefield, this is your chance. This is your kind of audition to, if Joel Thompson is coming back in, you turn around and say, well, he's got to start on the bench because I am playing better than him. This is his opportunity to do that. But yeah, we were controlled. There was, and I've said I'll pull our players up on this if it happens. Too much messing about at the ruck, throwing themselves to the ground, trying to win a penalty. Too much faffing about like that. Get on with the game. Stop doing it. And it's forwards who are doing it. Stop throwing yourself to the ground and just get on with it. And that, I said I'd pull our players up on it. There you go.
Obviously, you talk about Joe Batchelor and his performance tonight. If it's a choice between Joel Thompson and James Batchelor for that cup final jersey at this moment in time, you have to say Batchelor's done nothing to lose it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick James Batchelor because he plays for Wakefield. Joe, though.
Played him up right.
Yeah, listen, it's tough to... You can't just do it off one performance. And if Thompson's been carrying an injury, then it's unfair if he's going out and putting his body on the line. It's unfair to turn around and start saying, well, he doesn't deserve a jersey, because he's going to bring big game experience. But this is the perfect opportunity, as I say, for Joe Batchelor to turn around and say, if he's not fully fit, I need to be in that team. I'll do a job for you down that side. His tackling's on point. His running was great today, I thought. It was that proper step up of, you know what, we're missing a couple of second rowers here. Here's my opportunity. And it's always good to see a player do that.
So that's Wigan out the way. Wigan dropped to 6th in the table. Saints obviously march on. Wakefield away on Friday, can't wait. Are we
Hope it's not like this.
Well, that's the thing. Are we starting? What lineup do we take to Wakefield on Friday, given it's 8 days before the cup final, and you don't want to risk, well, injury, COVID? All in all, for me, you basically play your fringe squad and hope that they can go and get the job done.
You're right. You probably play as many of the reserves as you can. You've got to be competitive, so you've got to take a team over there that you think will win and not one that you just hope is going to win. So there will still be players who will play the cup final in there. So I could see Johnny Lomax dropping out and having another week off. I could see Alex Walmsley dropping out and having a week off. And that's where you get Lewis Dodd coming in, where you get Aaron Smith coming in at hooker. You get Dan Norman getting game time. So, like Parsi starting, because we haven't got too many people who can prop. So you can't start making wholesale changes. But I wouldn't be surprised. Not too many, no, because you've not got the players to do it. Who are you going to put in at prop? Who are you going to put in at prop? You think like that. We can change some. So we could have the likes of Ben Davies coming into the centres and give Kev Nagama a week off. I think he'll play Mark Percival because I think Percy needs game time. If Matty Lees is fit, Matty Lees might get game time.
Short-term loan signings.
No, not for me. Not for me. But that's it. You can put some in, and you can kind of say, maybe take Tommy Makinson out, maybe take Lachlan Coote out, Jack Wellsby plays full-back.
You've just took about 9 out.
But I'm saying there's some positions you can't take too many, because we are light in the forwards at the minute.
Right then, Kev, this is about as light as the rain has been in about 3 hours, so unless anybody wants a little ice cream before we go. Kev, if Wigan were an ice cream flavour, what would they be?
Soil.
That me dog's just done its business.
Bitter soil.
But if Saints were an ice cream, what would they be?
Chocolate. It's the best.
Tutti fruity.
You're weird, you sometimes.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you for the preview show on Wednesday. Catch you soon.